All right, good afternoon for me. Appreciate you guys checking this out one more time. Dan again here. Going to do a quick trade review of the final day of trading for 2023. And I will preface it with I did not have a bias going into today. Again, like I mentioned yesterday, I did not trade live funds. I do not like trading last week and this week. I can't wait for January. Can't wait for a new year. Happy New Year's if you're seeing this around that time. But so I'll just go over briefly. So I was very aligned with short-term trading, scalping today, which led to not my shinest moments. So I'm going to review these. So hopefully it helps you in the long run, because it is not the easiest type of trading to do, especially when you're reading price action and the probabilities are at the lowest they can be. So this is a good example of what not to do. The green shaded area is the New York AM session open up. So this is 9:30 New York time. If you haven't figured it out yet, set your platform, TradingView, which I use here, which there's a link for if you want to use that for a referral. I appreciate it. I do get a little bit of kickback, or they give me a little bit of credit for my own personal TradingView subscription for referrals, so I'll appreciate that. And as everyone knows, or you should know by now, I'm not a professional retail investment advisor, not a professional advisor. This is not advice, just talking about what I did today. So I will go over that more today. So again, not having a bias going into it, just trying to read what the market gave me. Wasn't watching the exact open, so I came into the open a little before 10 o'clock and noticed a swing high, swing low, bounce down into this previous higher time frame price points and then bouncing off it. So I had some bullish tendencies and looking for some inversion fair value gaps to potentially play. So I saw these equal highs being formed here. I'm looking at a 30-second chart. So I'm looking for a potential entry. So here was the first one I found. And I will say again today might be the last day I ever trade with, I should never say never, because never talking absolutes, but I'm going to trade less market orders as possible going forward. So horrible fills again today, just like you heard me mention yesterday. But here's my first one as I was looking for taking these out, then seeing that this swing high was just above it. So I had I figured if it was going to take 17,098 here, it's most likely going to go 17,100 on the NQ. So I was looking for a close above here, which we got, and I was late to get in because I was very apprehensive today. So we see here my first trade entry was at 17,098 and a quarter, which if I hold it over, you see is right here. So horrible entry, horrible fill. I was late on getting in here, looking for it to run up. It matched, but did not fill me. So we came back down and then actually came up and I got filled, as you see on this candle, right as it crossed the line here. So first trade was successful. Yes, it was a tiny scalp, 17,098 to 17,100 and a quarter. So literally 2 points there. Again, I did not want to hold anything. I don't trust anything in these markets, especially in this week. So that's why I got in and out of that one very quick. So if you are trying to do scalping, know this is extremely difficult. But we did hit a positive trade, and I saw it making newer highs. So I was like, okay, let's look for some more potential opportunities. Next entry was 17,102. I was looking to see if it would break out these new equal highs that formed. So once again, we have relative equal highs here, 3 of them. So I knew I was going to take that out. So I got in another quick scalp, entered in here. We closed above, so 2 for 2 there, even though it's tiny trades. 17,102 up to 17,105, so I'm about 5 handles up on the day. Now I'm seeing it's making a swing high, and now we have a inversion gap. So this would typically be bullish. So now I'm looking at the downside thinking, yep, we may have peaked here because we took out a swing low here. No new trade, so I was going to be switching my bias intraday to bearish. Again, just looking for short-term scalps. So I got into a short trade here, selling at 17,095. We'll just make this wider here. And I covered at 17,094. So it was a stop trailing down because I was looking to take out a swing low. So this was the downside to me switching my bias after seeing the reversal pattern happen, is I didn't have relative equal lows to target. So that didn't help my my goal of trying to take out the swing low, which was my next target. So I was just doing it again, minor scalping. Took it out 17,094 or 95 as we crossed this. So yeah, I was definitely late getting into this one, so that's why I don't recommend this trading. Again, completely just reviewing what I did here. So it started out not bad. I should have been done had I known better. Take 2 trades and be done. Since they were so tiny, I was looking to make just a little bit more for equity standpoint, and it ended up coming back to bite me. So playing with fire, you get burned sometimes. So here's a review of that. So here's my 17,095 covered at 094. Get my glasses because my eyes just got older making this video. So only a 1.5 there. Again, nothing that I wanted to do. I was attempting one last time. I figured, okay, if we're going to keep running these guys down, let's see if I can hit that equal low. Well, it did not happen. Or did it? Let's see. 17,090 had one final sell here, and 089 we covered because that was a stop. Again, did not make it down to where I was targeting of 086 until later. But I was too aggressive on my stops, getting taken out. So then we came back up the other side. So let's see. 1 trade positive, 2 trades positive, trade 3 slightly positive, so 3 for 0. Sold one more at 90 and 89, so we're actually 4 for 4 at that point. I hadn't taken a loss yet. It wasn't until later. And this is just an example of over trading on the wrong day. So again, this is what not to do. Even though I came out ahead at this point, I absolutely should have been done. But this is the point I was thinking of earlier, where I was literally within a few dollars of my goal of what I wanted to attain for today. So I was like, can I squeak out one final one? We came down, did sweep this low, so I figured we were going to be bullish again, back to my original bias after I was seeing taking out the relative equal highs there. These were later, so we didn't have relative equal highs to aim for here, so I didn't have a good target there, but we were making inversion fair value gaps on the way up, which were bullish, and we also had all these volume imbalances. So that was a double-edged sword there, because we weren't able to go up and make a new high, which I was trying to scalp very badly, I might add. Right here at 17,104 we see my entry. Again, horrible entry with my market orders. Looking for a potential make a new high here. Again, not targeting relative equal highs. So another reason why this trade failed on me, because it completely turned around, and this was a very fast moving candle. Again, trying to get out with a market order, failed for me, because it ended up exiting way down here. Horrible fill, bad timing, improper trade management. So this is the perfect example of what not to do right here, because we didn't have a good target to go after in the first place. So I never should have been in this trade. Should have been trading after any of these first 4 that were actually successful. So let's just take a look and see what happened with the price action to make it a learning experience here. Is we have 3 volume imbalances, which is what happens when you have the bodies that are separated here. These are classified as the volume imbalance. And the market wants to go back and fill those in. That is an inefficiency in the market, which the algorithm needs to fill. So here was our last trade. Let's see, we had one more. Forgot to draw this one on here. Again, horrible trade, Dan. Horrible fill. Horrible idea. This is me trying to scalp my last couple dollars, and I ended up, this was my last trade, I believe, yes. Oh, I lied, I had one more. There's always one more today. Great example of over trading where you forget exactly how many trades you take. So this is the final, I believe, trade and what not to do. Yeah, I did scalp a few more back, so I got back to very close to even here. I'll show you in a second. On this combine account that was trading, so this was a major loss. This one definitely put me negative on the day, and then I was able to get a little bit back. And then it was the hardest thing to do here for me on this day, because I told myself, I am absolutely over trading. You need to be done, Dan. Listen to yourself. It's the last day of the year. What are you even thinking? Call it trying to push your edge, push an idea, whatever it is, it was wrong. And this is how I learned my lesson is I told myself, you need to take a loss on today. You're okay. It's okay being wrong. You're not always going to be right. But once these bars filled in, just check back in these volume imbalances, we see here's where it was filled in, filled in, filled in. So it came back and filled in all those. Then I was able to rally up again. But I was down and I said, I'm past 10 o'clock. I don't like typically taking trades after 10, even though I obviously did too many times today. So get to your screens on time. That's what I'm telling myself in the future. And this was my final trade. I didn't care what the market did. I had other things to do. Well, hindsight being 2020, and I stuck to my guns there, is what happened after that. If you guys were in the markets today at all, you know what happened after the PM session is we fell like a brick you-know-what house. So luckily I wasn't, too bad I didn't leave this uncovered here and just let it ride. Hindsight's 2020, I just don't let things ride. But the market completely fell apart. We ran all the way down to make the lows of the morning session down to 17,000. So again, long story short, do not overtrade. Use this as an example of what not to do. Even though I was 1, 2, 3, 4 trades to the positive, I should have absolutely been done right there and just said wrap it up. But I was just trying to, it's those few dollars, few ticks that you try and finish, and then it comes back and bites you in the butt. So yeah, I did scalp a few more back, but in the end it was a losing day. $39.26 of a losing day. I was trying to get back to the original balance of 50,000 because that's what this combine account started at, was 50,000. But it's going to be successful in the long run. Don't you worry, and I'll be here to show you about it. So that was the final trading day for 2023. Can't wait for 2024. If this helped you, hit a like, hit a subscribe, do whatever you do. Maybe one day I'll have enough viewers to get some YouTube ad revenue, but nowhere near it now since this is a brand new channel. So appreciate you swinging by, and remember, tomorrow is not promised. Live today. Have a great New Year's and a great weekend, and we'll see you next year.